This is the meta Titan Strand build, the strongest build currently in PvE. This thing is so unbelievably good. I'm going into this activity 35 power under. It's an 1830 activity. I'm 1759. I'm gonna be rocking Strand. We're rocking Abandoned Leap. We'll be using Lament. I'll be showing you just how strong this is. I'm probably going to take this build into the new raid because it's that strong. I'm 35 power under. The raid at contest is minus 20 power, and it's just that good. It's that good that I think that even being minus 20 power under won't be as bad. Now, I'm so under leveled that it takes me multiple times to kill champs. I have to like suspend them and stun them multiple times just to kill them. But we will do so. And I'm going to be using my light attacks because they're suspended in the air. If I try to do the heavy attacks, it just doesn't work. We'll get the finisher on this guy. See there, it takes multiple stuns just to take out one champ. That's how under leveled I am. This guy's got an overshield, so we'll probably stun him. Got him taken care of. We'll go through and use the fusions. Multiple fusion shots on a red bar. Alright, multiple dogs pushing me. The finishers on these guys. I'll go through my entire build in just a moment here. I've been farming this Lost Sector all day. I got the new exotic helmet from this. If you haven't got that yet, I recommend getting that. Very strong for some stasis builds. I'll clear out this next room here and show you what we're rocking here. Let's take this champion. I don't even have anti-barrier. I mean, my Lament is anti-barrier, but I don't even have like any anti-barrier mods or anything like that. I'm just coming out here, filling in with this. Let's get some woven mail from this. And I'll take this guy out too, just for the heck of it. It's got so much health. Look how many fusion shots it takes. He's got so much health. He's got so much health. Enemies pushing me like crazy. It's crazy that I'm this under leveled and I'm able to survive, but it's because suspensions are so unbelievably strong for Strand, and this build utilizes suspensions better than any other build. That's what we're going to talk about. We're using obviously Blade Fury. We're going through the Rally Barricade. You get this faster, and that's why you want to use it over the Towering Barricade. Now, in certain scenarios where you need to hide behind the Towering Barricade, I would still use this because you can get your class ability back really fast. But for this scenario, we're using Rally Barricade. We got Catapult Lift, we're using Frenzy Blade, and we are using the Shackle Grenade because we want to suspend targets as much as possible. You only get the option for the two aspects right now for Strand, so you just got to pick the only two that there are, and we'll go through all the different mods and the abilities for them later. We've got Defeat Suspended Targets grants class ability energy. This works so perfectly with this because you use your Titan Wall, it suspends targets, and then you get class ability energy back. Then we also have this one working passively, which is dealing damage, generates grenade energy. Anytime you're just shooting bullets and landing them on enemies, you get your grenade back, which is great because we're getting Shackle Grenade to suspend more targets. And then we have Thread of Transmutation. Now this one's really important. While you have Woven Mail, Weapon Final Blows create a Tangle. Now I was originally going to use the one that gives me Woven Mail when I pick up an orb. However, because of the exotic Abandoned Leaps, I don't need that actually. It ends up becoming redundant. And so instead what I like to do is have those turned into Tangles so that I can then later go pick those up so I can extend my Woven Mail time when I enter a new room. For example, when I clear a room out with Strand, I'll leave one of those Tangles there. I can grab it, throw it at my feet as I enter the new room. 10 more seconds of Woven Mail, which is extremely strong damage resistance. And then of course, Thread of Continuity, so that way people are suspended for a lot longer, especially champs and targets that are really powerful and have a lot of health. You're going to want them to be suspended as long as possible, because if that champ comes off of being suspended, I can guarantee you he one stomps me. I've been one stomped many times today when I haven't properly suspended the champions for long enough or killed them fast enough. My weapons aren't extremely important. I just use double special because I like that. And then we have Lament, which is really nice and a really strong sword, very strong in the current sandbox for PvE. Highly recommend using Lament with this build when you're in tight quarters especially. And if you have to take out barrier champions, it's always nice too. And then the build is 100 resilience, 100 discipline. For the helmet, we have double heavy ammo finder, and that's because we're relying heavily on the Lament. You don't have to only use Lament, but you obviously want to because it's going to be your strongest weapon of choice. And then we have Solar Siphon, and that is going to be getting kills with the Lament or the Fusion Rifle in this scenario. It's going to drop Orbs of Power, which is going to feed into a variety of different things. Going on to the Gauntlet, we have Impact Induction, causing damage with your melee, reduces your grenade cooldown. So once in a while, I will use my melee if my abilities are very low, but I really tend to stay away from using the melee too much. It does sever targets, so I think it lowers their damage output, but I try to stay away from the melee because it's very weak, as you can see in that demonstration there. Grants class ability energy from bolstering detonation when you cause damage with a grenade. This one's really nice, that's why we have 2 of those on. And we go down to the chest piece. You can put a variety of different sources here, just whatever is best, what is most suitable for the activity. Because I'm using Lament, I'm getting very close to enemies, so I put melee damage resist on. I throw in concussive dampener because they're shooting me with those Bronto cannons from everywhere. And then we put on solar damage resist because they're shooting solar in this scenario, but you could adjust that for whatever activity. A Bane Leap with double solar weapon surge, so that way my Lament and my Fusion are doing more damage when I pick up those orbs from getting kills with my Lament or Fusion. So it loops together nicely there. And then also recuperation is really nice. You can use recuperation, or you can use the other one that gives you begins health regen, but I just like this one, gives me a little chunk of health, and that's why I chose that. On the boots, we're just rocking triple bomber straight up. I could throw in a distribution here, but overall, it's all the same thing in the end. I'm just trying to reduce my grenade cooldown when using my class ability. I put that wall down. I want to get my grenade back as fast as possible. And that is the build. Inside the artifact, we will be using threaded blasts enabled on for this. And then we have all these other stuff on. Not everything applies perfectly to all of these builds though, so keep that in mind. Like for example, this one, we're not really activating that with this. And that's what I'm using, and this build is so much fun. I've been using it all day in so many different activities. I highly recommend. And make sure to subscribe if you enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts down below. Smash the like button. I'll see you in the next one. Later.